Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into your body's biggest and honestly most underrated organ system. We're talking about the incredible, living shield that protects you from, well, everything. This is your integumentary system. So yeah, let's get right into it.
So, to kick things off, let's just wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this thing. About 16%. That's right, 16% of your total body weight is this one system. We always think about the heart or the brain, but your skin, it absolutely dwarfs them all. It's this massive, living coat you've been wearing your entire life.
And that's really the first big idea we need to get straight. We've got to stop thinking of our skin as just some kind of passive wrapper. It's not. It is an incredibly active, complex, and living system that's constantly working, constantly rebuilding itself, and communicating with the rest of your body 24/7.
Now, when we say integumentary system, it's not just the skin. It's a whole crew of components working together. You've got the skin, of course, but you also have all its accessories. All your hair, your fingernails and toenails, and the thousands upon thousands of sweat and oil glands that are pretty much always on the job. So here's the plan for today. We're going to take a journey through the different layers of the skin. Then we'll check out its specialized toolkit, all those accessories. And finally, we'll see how it all adds up to be so much more than just a barrier.
All right, let's start our tour from the outside in. It's time to peel back that first layer and really see what this incredible organ is made of.
Okay, so your skin is basically built in three main layers, and each one has a totally different job. You can think of it like a high-tech building. On top, you've got the epidermis, which is like the weatherproof outer wall. Below that is the dermis, the bustling command center where everything happens. And at the very bottom, you have the hypodermis, the foundation that supports it all.
So, starting at the very top, we have the epidermis. This is your front line, your first line of defense. And a really key thing to know about this layer is that it's avascular, which is just a fancy way of saying it has no blood vessels. It gets all its nutrients from the layer below it. This is exactly what allows it to be such a tough, waterproof shield between you and the outside world. But this outer layer isn't just a simple wall. It's built by a team of super specialized cells. You've got your keratinocytes, think of them as the construction workers, making this tough, waterproof protein called keratin. Then there are the melanocytes, kind of like the security team, producing melanin pigment that shields you from UV rays. And you've also got Langerhans cells, which are basically the immune system's first responders, always on the lookout for intruders. And get this, the epidermis itself has layers, 5 of them in most places. It's like a non-stop assembly line. New cells are born way down in the deepest layer, the stratum basale. As they get pushed up toward the surface, they mature, they fill up with that tough keratin, and eventually they die off to become that protective outer shield you actually see and touch. That whole process, from a brand new cell to being shed, it takes about a month.
Okay, so we've seen the tough outer shield. Now, let's go one level deeper, into the busy, active core of the skin, the dermis. This is where things get really interesting.
The dermis is a whole different world compared to the epidermis. It's thick, it's full of connective tissue, and man, is it alive. This is where you find the blood vessels, the nerves, and all the actual machinery that makes your skin tick. It's what gives your skin its strength and all that elasticity that lets it bounce back. It's really where the action is. I mean, just look at what's packed in here. You've got blood vessels, bringing in all the nutrients, a whole web of nerves and sensory receptors so you can feel things, the roots of every hair on your body. Plus, all your sweat glands and oil glands are headquartered right here in this command center. And finally, we hit the foundation, the hypodermis, or subcutaneous layer. This is mostly made of fat tissue, and it's basically your body's personal insulation, its shock absorber, and a handy energy reserve. It cushions all your internal organs and connects the skin to the muscle down below.
All right, so we've toured the three main layers. Now let's zoom in on the specialized tools that are actually embedded within them, what we call the accessory structures.
And here's the thing you have to remember. Your hair, your nails, all those glands, they are not just for looks. They are highly functional, super specialized tools that have evolved to do very specific and important jobs for your body.
I mean, take your hair. The hair on your head gives you insulation and crucial protection from the sun's UV rays. And those tiny little hairs all over your body? They're hooked up to nerve endings, making them super sensitive motion detectors. Then you've got your nails, which are just hardened keratin plates that protect your sensitive fingertips and toes, and they're also super helpful for grabbing small things.
Your skin's toolkit also has two totally different kinds of sweat glands. The eccrine glands are the real workhorses. They're all over your body, pumping out that watery sweat to cool you down when you overheat. But then you have apocrine glands, which you mostly find in your armpits and groin. They kick into gear around puberty and produce a much thicker kind of secretion.
And we can't forget about your body's own built-in moisturizer system, the sebaceous glands. These produce an oily stuff called sebum. Sebum is what keeps your skin and hair lubricated, soft, and waterproof. Seriously, without it, our skin would be dry, brittle, and cracked all the time.
So we've seen all the parts, we've looked at the toolkit. Now let's put it all together and really understand the critical jobs this system does for us every single day and why it is so much more than just a wall.
Here are 5 of its most critical jobs. Protection, that's the obvious one, but it's also your body's main thermostat, controlling your temperature with sweat and blood flow. It's a huge sensory organ that lets you feel the world around you. It plays a massive role in making vitamin D when you're in the sun, and it even helps get rid of some waste products through sweat. It is a true multitasker.
And because this system is doing so many different things at once, any kind of major disruption to it can cause problems that go way beyond just the surface.
Thinking about burns is a really clear way to see this. A first-degree burn, that just damages the top layer, the epidermis. A second-degree burn goes deeper, hitting the dermis, which is why you get blisters and a lot more pain. But a third-degree burn is the most severe. It destroys everything, all the layers and even the nerve endings. And that's why, strangely enough, they can sometimes be painless.
And burns are just one extreme example. Think about it. Everyday things like acne, which is really just from clogged oil glands, all the way to serious conditions like skin cancer, they are all signals that this vital protective system is under stress or has been compromised in some way.
So let's end on this one. Pretty mind-blowing fact. Your entire outer layer of skin, the epidermis, completely replaces itself roughly every 27 days. You are literally constantly building yourself a brand new shield. So that leaves us with one final thought. Knowing everything it does for you, what are you going to do to protect your next one?